Yes, indeed, a happy new comic book day. It is Manny, the comic collector. Good to see you in the house. Lewis, Nolan Nerd, 78 points, Batmite, Empire, all of you are some of the best. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. Hey, the stream has some delays, and there's also an animal that's MIA. So if an animal comes knocking on the windows to the office here, I'm going to have to get up and let him in. But thank you, everybody. Welcome to the Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser. It is still Wednesday night in some time zones, and that is why I am here. This is the host, the Ultra Maximus, here to break down New Comic Book Day in a very interesting way. And you all came to see me do it this way. And it's raw and off the cuff here, but of course, this is the reason why you're going to share this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. I'm giving away something sick over here. I need some comments on the video to help break the YouTube algorithms. And liking and sharing the video, of course, does also help that. And, of course, I appreciate all of you regular people in the live chat coming to check me out every week. And you guys are the greatest. You know why? Because Mr. Eric S. Hurd has gotten a lot of people, I guess, reaching out to him about logo work. And he's done a lot of things for the community. He's also Mighty Mel V's ear, you know, or in Mighty Mel V's ear when it comes to some good stuff. And also, he did this wonderful Ultra Maximus logo. So shout out to you, Mr. Hurd S. Eric on IG. Make sure you guys give him a follow. Our soundtrack, of course, is provided by the wonderful people over at White Bat Audio. You can subscribe to them right here on YouTube. But you know what? Yes, Kitty, I was getting to that. They are also available on whitebataudio.com. And they're also there on Spotify. So make sure you check them out on all those locations if you need some of that dark synth music that I like listening to. And you know what? It's gotten 1,030 subscribers. And again, I seem to be staying afloat. But let's get this rookie number up. 1,000? Why am I not at 5,000 subscribers? I couldn't tell you. Maybe it's because I'm a good secret and people don't want to subscribe to me. In fact, 70% of my views are from non-subscribers. Anyway, analytics are fun. So there's a bunch of you not subscribed to my channel that are watching, and you know what? They're going to be very sad when they can't enter the Ultrabox. But the Ultrabox giveaway is exactly what is in there. Check out the video, and the details will be coming on this channel. I plan on doing the Ultrabox giveaway before the end of the year, so that means soon. Comic Barricade giving us the things to help keep your books upright. And if you don't know about those, well, you do now, and you can use the code ULTRA to get yourself 10% off of your first order with them. And then, of course, our friends over at WantedComics.com. Comic Boom, wherever you are, I got something coming for you, sir. Okay, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below. Click the notification bell for notifications for when we go live, because you know what? I could not get the thumbnail done until approximately 11:55, and I went live as fast as I possibly could. I thank you all for tuning in, and this, of course, is your Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser host. There's my man, Eric Hurd, in the chat. Thanks for joining, buddy. But follows are always appreciated, whether it be on Facebook and IG or whether on Twitter. You can find all of those 3 links, plus my eBay link, on the homepage of the YouTube channel. And let's get this thing kicked off. So, is it time to change screen to show you my mug? It is! My mug, it's from Humboldt. It says, I love Humboldt. Humboldt County. And it's full of coffee. And that was also what you guys were waiting on. I had to press some coffee this evening. Because even though it is 12:49 a.m. On the 9th, it is still the Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser for December 8th. It's still Wednesday night, technically. Some people went out to the bar. I'm not one of those people. I am one of those people that unfortunately had so much going on that I really need to thank all of you guys for just sticking in here with me. Because look, I've been through a car wreck. I'm physical therapy and replacement car. Yeah, so Josh G, I have not seen Hawkeye yet today. I planned on watching it as soon as I got off the show with you guys here. So I'm looking forward to it, but from what I hear, a Ultra Maximus prediction that somebody may be Mockingbird That's all I'm going to say. But don't spoil it for me in the live chat if you can. Spoil it for me in the comments below, which means I'll catch you later today, a.k.a. Thursday. And for the rest of you still on Wednesday night, coffee's up. All right. Let's do this. And, of course, shout out to all you people. I believe the Super Chat should be active. You know what? Is it active? I don't know. I don't want to go over there and start. Let me do this real quick. Yeah. So let me actually see. Is the Super Chat active? Is the Super Chat active? It should be. But I can't tell. No, but it lets me create a poll. Yeah, this is nuts. See? YouTube, you crazy. There you go. Doesn't look like it's active. Oh, you know what? It's cool. Google just sent me the pin, and now I get to do the pin code and all that other fun stuff. It's fine. I learned how to do a poll. So we're making progress at the channel, everybody. And if the Super Chat is not active, you know what? Doesn't really matter. It's not required anyway. If you're feeling frisky, though, and you really wanted to do some direct support, you're going to do that at paypal.me/Ultra Maximus. Otherwise, let's get on with the show. Got a lot to talk about. So, first up and foremost, our Wednesday night comic presser Raw report. Their top story, you know, it's going to be some spoilers. So our top story is going to talk about the shots fired across the Spider-Verse. And the reason why I want to bring this up, because I know there's a ton of comic book people who've been reporting about this one since it dropped like Saturday, right? So everybody's going crazy over this one. It's expected spec. But what everybody seems to kind of be glossing over is the fact that it's part one. So are they doing a two-parter, recording them both, trying to animate them both at the same time, splitting it up into two movies? Did they animate so much that it created the need to make it into two parts for two movies? So whatever they're doing over there, the Spider-Verse stuff is crazy. It really is. But here's Miles in what appears to be a different suit. So I just want to point that out. Everybody needs to be paying attention to the different suits that he's got. But I've got some speculation matrix here for you. And yes, I'm going to break you guys off real early in the program. I want to remind you guys the one person. Well, there's more than one, but this one person in particular is very, very important to Spider-Verse lore, because she also has actually had herself show up as well as her counterpart in the Spider-Verse, and people seem to forget that she's a really big player and has not had her moment yet. Guys, Silk books they're in their last warning right now. Everybody saw Miles coming. Everybody knew there was going to be a new Spider-Verse movie a long, long time ago. So the people who've been speculating on that have been speculating on that for a long time. The Miles Morales variant, for Ultimate Fallout 4, obviously, a $30,000 9.8. That's ridiculous, okay? There's no reason for that book to be that much, but of course that book is that much, so whatever. I really don't like reporting on sales just because it's so impossible to determine people, who aren't doing shady stuff now, including some of the more prestigious places that you would think. Yeah, it sucks because it does kind of taint the hobby, but this is where you gotta stay ahead of that, and this is where I'm hoping that you guys are paying attention to this character, because again, Spider Women, oh man, if that actually happens after Across the Spider-Verse Part 2, or if Across the Spider-Verse Part 2 actually has a Spider Women, chapter to it, you never know. But Silk versus her Spider-Gwen universe variant, pretty wicked. So it's pretty cool that all these people have different variants in some of these different universes. You never know who might show up. So that's where I'm going to leave you guys to leave me a comment below. Light up the live chat. Let me know what you think about that. If you think I'm onto something, well, you might be right. All right. So, hey, everybody in the live chat, I appreciate you. I'm sorry I'm switching screens, and I'm trying to keep track of everybody's in here. So, yeah, Awesome Sauce Radio in the house. Good to see you. Todd Locke's up here. Astro Wizard. Man, good to see all you guys. So, thank you again for joining. And let's see here. All right, close that poll. Close the poll so I can read the chat. All right, so everybody, welcome again to the presser. Let's get this thing. There it is. Okay, there's my controls back again. So, honorable mention this week, and this is a very weird book. You know why? This is the Crimson variant. Do you guys know that all those red tinted variants that they did for the Star Wars books that were leading up to this basically were not loved? None of them. Like, absolutely none of them. But you give Raza the ability to do a Knights of Ren variant, and even though he has to do it in all red, he's going to do it to death. So shout out to you, Raza, and that's why I'm going to give him the honorable mention of the week, because this is an open order variant. It just wasn't ordered. Perfect storm, if you ask me. Oh, Manny, my LCS today did this. They had one copy that they had ordered for somebody, and when he found out that I was looking for it on the shelf, he was pretty happy. And the guy at the shop is like, "Is this the one you're looking for?" He's like, and I was like, "Yes." He's like, "I've only got one." So I managed to get a copy someplace else, through the mail order facilities and stuff like that. But this is a surprise runaway book. All right, so for Manny the Comic Collector said he didn't see that cover at the LCS. What about this cover? This is also supposedly an open order variant. The Kari Andrews variant cover here. So it's a sick Wolverine and Jubilee cover, and of course, this right here, is one of those bubblegum covers that old dudes be looking at, young girls blowing bubblegum. Yep. Anyway, this right here, I think, is a sleeper for some of you guys at some of your LCSs. So don't forget to check this out. And I'm watching this one sell, and unfortunately, I FOMO'd it too. So it's making a lot of times cover, and even though this book is a 1 in 25, it is outselling its 1 in 50. And while this week they were, lots of Manny, Omar, if they were shorted this week, good luck on getting it next week. That's all I can tell you right now, because right now it appears to be under ordered. I don't know if there's a lack of other people getting it, but also, Omar, you might want to check to see if your shop contains who's doing your delivering. Like, is it if the shop doing your ordering, through previews, and they're going to be delayed. That's why you're just going to be flat out delayed on a lot of books. I'm sorry to say, man. But if they're doing it through Penguin Random House, apparently they got their books on time this week. But if you guys read Inferno, and I got to give credit to Bleeding Cool where it's due. They pointed out exactly what was crazy about this book. If you guys remember Days Future Past, where it's basically a timeline where the mutants lose, like really, really bad. Hickman actually flipped it on him like a 180 basically, and this is Days Future Past, but the mutants always win. So this book got crazy. This is absolutely an X-Men key. If you read it and you understand the ramifications that happen in this story, wow. Issue 4 is going to be a blowout. Also, if you guys paid attention, there was somebody who returned in another X book, and even though that book had a 1 in 500 incentive, Inferno number 3 was still the better book to read. And we're going to talk about books that I read this week too. Let me know what you read. Smash that like button, everybody. Let's get this thing cracking. Let's get the rundown of the books that came out this week. And man, this was a tough list to put together, because let me tell you, FOC is not like it used to be. It used to be organized and basically you just copy and paste over 3 weeks later. No. They definitely took me for a ride here. And there might be a couple of books that I forgot to delete or something. Some slides I forgot to delete. But, yeah, man, good for you, man, Omar, on that Rouza cover, man. That's a good pick, and I think that's a fantastic one for a lot of reasons. Just because, how many covers of the Knights of Ren do we have? I don't think we have very many, if any. So. Oh, coffee is so good. Had a long day, everybody. Actually did a little bit of, I was able to work for a few hours this afternoon, which is one of the reasons why it also took me a little bit longer to get the presser together tonight. But nonetheless, we've got Laura. Gallium Mark and his Laura. 10 copy, 20 copy, and 30 copy incentives to go along with this book. Make sure if you are a Gallium Mark fan, you are picking those up. Shout out to the Team Nerd Herd guys, of course, for allowing me to pronounce his name correctly. All right, Aftershock, Shattering Your Expectations with Mother F. Goose, the one-shot cover A. Now, this is cool, right? And this is cool, too, right? Well, what do you guys think about spec on magazine-sized books? Because what I'm seeing is spec on magazine-sized books is kind of like DOA, but there was a 10-copy incentive that was by Amanda Connor on this one that has the Pulp Fiction homage and, of course, the Scarface homage for the cover A. So you think this book would do really well? Well, shops ordered really heavily on this. I'm seeing at least 3 to 4 copies at my LCS, and they were $20 a piece. So crazy to think about a book that we thought was going to be under-ordered and hard to find, but tend to be showing up a little bit more. Ahoy Comics, My Bad, number 2. And then here is your B cover. Sweet Astro Wizard, if you don't mind telling us what you spent on it, because I was seeing cover price of $20. Oh, you got it for cover? Woo! See, that's a win right there. So, Archie's Holiday Magic Special one-shot here, cover A by Greta Lusky, and then the B one-shot. So, Blind Adam, you got my DMs, bro. Hit me up if you need Mylar magazine size and some Mylights, but only Blind Adam, unfortunately. I can't help everybody out. Yeah, man. Atlantis Studios giving us Star Runner, Fallen Star number 2. And then here is your cover. Oh, actually, they give you 2 and 3. That's right. So, Star Runner Chronicles, Fallen Star, issues 2 and 3. Artist, Writers, and Artisans. Oh, yeah, this is where I have an extra slide that I forgot to delete. But it's cool. Give me an opportunity to talk about these things. So, what was really funny is that cover A and cover B both FOC'd different days. So, like, the first time it FOC'd, it was just that one cover and Knighted. And then they're like, oh, wait. We had cover B for Crimson Cage, too. And then this Knighted thing, cover A by Mark Texiera. This is dope. It's like Union, but with crossed with Brightburn. So think about that. Possibly, here, Edwin. Black Box giving us Shino Cage, number 5. And there was an incentive. My apologies. Nobody's reading that one. And if you are reading that one and you are liking it, get the incentive variant. Because if that turns into a good property, and if it is a bigger property than I know about, let me know why I should be reading Shino Cage. I'd be happy to know why. So, Blood Moon here giving us Devil Tree number 1, cover A. And then, whoa, Devil Tree number 1, cover B. Swinging from the tree. Wow. You know, Blair Witch and all those, like, crazy witch movies and stuff like that. Yeah, so we're going to talk about that book a little bit later on, Josh G. So for today, there was 2 stupid expensive store, or not store exclusives, but stupid retail variants. The Batman 1 in 250 and the Hellions 1 in 500. But there was also a Hellions 1 in 200, but we're going to get to all those. Wow, based on a true story, I don't even want to know about that. But that Devil Tree cover B, Tylox, that's awesome, my man, that you got the cover B. Because that's like a book, like a horror book that, yes, I can see, like, in the future people being like, Universe X, what's up, man? Good to see you. This one's weird, right? Billy the Kit, number 3. Broadsword, giving you that Tarot Witch of the Black Rose. And then we have Make Comics. Space Core number 1, cover A. Cover B by Beck. And then we got Stud and the Bloodblade number 1. So this is so much a He-Man meets the Wicked Witch of the West with science fiction. So this is kind of a good parody. I don't know if that's a weed leaf on his shoulder or what's going on there, but there's just so much stuff to behold here. So Stud and the Bloodblade number 3, cover A. I don't know why there's the number 1 is a limited metal edition. That's right. Here's the issue number 3, and then here's your cover B for that one as well. So he's like he's like Aquaman, and he's got leaves all on his legs and his arm. But he's got a cool axe with a gem in it, right? Devil's Due, Encoded, number 2. Hero Tomorrow Comics, Bloom number 4. Here's your cover A. Here's your cover B, which is pretty wild, right? And then they had to up the ante right here for you in cover C. Mad Cave dropping. Woven Heart, cover A for issue 9. And then here's your cover B. Haven't read it. If you know anything about any of these books, because we are right now crushing through the indies section, let me know if I should be reading any of these. Scout Comics, and this is according to Lunar distribution, so if you are going through Diamond distribution, you are not getting the Scout books there. I don't know if they're going to go solely through Lunar. Usually I can pull the Scout list from previews, but they weren't there today. So this is what they had on the list today, though, at Lunar distribution. By the Horns, Cherry Blackbird, Gods of Brutality, cover A and cover B, which is your unlockable. And then Ranger Stranger. Snatch number 4. And then everybody ready for Third Wave 99 number 1, cover A. And then the same guy who gets to do cover A gets to do the artwork for cover B, and it's your 10-copy unlockable. Word. Third Wave 99, everybody. I know it's going to be the hottest thing this winter. Uncivilized is giving us Ginseng Roots number 9. Yeah, hey, Nate, I believe this Scout book is a reprint of Ranger Stranger, so you might be able to find the previous print somewhere at your LCSs. And of course, if any of these things, develop, this is how I like to spec on this kind of stuff. Like James Hake, the creator of Scout Comics or the founder of Scout Comics, did a self-publish of his property, Solar Flare, which is dope, you know. And I remember I should have picked those up like way back when he had a glow in the dark cover and all that other kind of stuff. Stabity Bunny, another one of those self-published. Gut Ghost, another one of those self-published. I mean, there's a lot of really, really good books that are self-published first and then reprinted by Scout. So good luck if you can find the small pubs or self-pubs that have put out some of these newer titles that Scout's actually publishing again. What was it? Hench Girl. I think after Hawkeye, Haley Steinfeld should try Hench Girl. If that's ever getting made. I heard it was getting made. I don't know. I have to ask Mel about that again. So later on, Adam, good to have you coming by, my man. I'm sorry I wasn't able to check out your show, but everybody else should go check out Adam's show if you have an opportunity to do so. And then, of course, you should also check out Lunar Room from Vault Comics. Issue number 1, cover A. Not too shabby looking cover, right? Pretty cool. Yeah, that's not too bad either on the cover B. But, man, when they get to the incentives... Actually, let's go back to the B cover for a minute. So, according to what I'm seeing here, this thing's bloody and, she's turned into a werewolf. She's turned into a werewolf on the 5 copy. Is that her turned into a werewolf? But Gooden's art's pretty tight. 10 copy also pretty good. 25 copy not too shabby. Oh, there's our friend, Ms. Wolf. Thank you for the 50 copy and the Deluxe Foil Incentive 100 copy. So, Wolf drawing Lone Wolf for Lunar Room number 1. Pretty awesome. And then we've got Rush number 1, cover A, second printing of that Spider Person. And then World of Darkness Crimson Thaw number 3, cover A, and then cover B. And that's going to finish it up for the Vault releases. We're on to Zenoscope. Zenoscope giving us Grim Fairy Tales Presents Quarterly Holiday 2021 cover A. Oh, there's your cover B, John Royale. And then here is your cover C. Now we have Myths and Legends Quarterly Prophecy cover A, cover B, and then here is your cover C by Mose. Wow. Good stuff there, good stuff. All right, now we're on to Boom Studios, and Boom is giving us Basilisk number 5, cover A, cover B by Christian Ward, cover C by Albuquerque. 50 copy incentive by Ward is probably going to be the virginized version of the cover art that I showed you, and the other one's probably going to have trade dress. And then there's going to be an unlockable variant by Albuquerque that's most likely black and white of the other incentive. Buckhead number 1. Now, I got to say, why isn't this getting more love than it is? I've seen some places charging like $10, and I've seen some places charging like 20, 25, and even 30. Who knows what game this homages? If you are in the live chat right now, let me know if you know what game this homages. Buckhead number 1. So, Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer number 1 of 4. Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer number 1. Exact game. If you know the exact game it references, not just the title, like if it's a sequel. Oh, there's Tylox. God damn it, Tylox, are you in Canada? Oh, everybody in Canada, I swear. All right. Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer, number 4, cover C, blank sketch variant. I just didn't even update the art there. I'm sorry. But the 10 copy instead of Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer, not too bad. Cover E, 25 copy. Oh, you're in South Carolina? All right, Tylox, shoot me since you guessed that question right, and I'm gonna start doing like random stuff like this on my shows just to give away some books. You just won a static Akira variant. Since you know your video games, I figure an anime homage would be next up after that, if you're into some cool homage covers and things like that. So reach out through IG, my man, and send me your address. Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer #1, cover E, 25 copy. Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer #1, cover F, 50 copy incentive. No, I make jokes about sending everything to Canada because I owe Comic Boom, and with me, like, honest to God, just returning to work today, like, since we got the rental car and stuff like that. Yeah, Tylox, that's how I'm rolling right now, man. I'm giving away that book. So make sure you shoot me your address through IG. And if I ask like random questions and you guys answer them correctly, you never know. I just might be giving away a book. Don't forget to tell your friends about this crazy shit that I'm doing over here. Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer #1, of course, does have a 100 copy incentive. Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer #1, cover H, unlockable. Magic the Gathering #9, and look, I joked about it on FOC. They have gathered, everybody. Magic has gathered. Okay, there's no more excuses. They've now got it down. They've gathered. They're now going to go out and they're going to kick some ass. So it's okay. The show's not for kids. We've already marked it not for kids. Magic the Gathering, Elizabeth Torque variant. Magic the Gathering, cover C, Hidden Spark variant. Magic the Gathering, cover D, 10 copy incentive. Yeah, the Ultra Games. That's a good name there, Astro Wizard. Thank you, sir. Magic the Gathering with this 10 copy, though. Dude's got a big old axe. All right, so keep an eye on this 10 copy incentive and this guy, and then on the FOC review, we've got some things to talk about. Magic the Gathering #9's 25 copy incentive, though, by Jay Lee. And a 50 copy incentive by Jay Lee. Oh, I was like, I changed the slide. They're like, did it not change? It did. One of them's probably a virginized and the other one's not, but the artwork. Mighty Morphin #14, cover A by G. Is that Inyugli? Yeah, there we go. Then Legacy variant. So, you guys like the Legacy numbering? Mighty Morphin 14, cover B, Legacy variant, Carlini. So yeah, but that's Legacy #82 for the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Here's Mighty Morphin #14, cover C, 10 copy incentive, 15 copy incentive, and then of course your 25 incentive by Rian Gonzalez. Your FOC reveal variant was Scorpina, and then the Virgin variant of that one. Wait, did they block Goldar with the trade dress? No, not really. But definitely, the trade dress definitely detracts from him. And the Virgin is definitely superior artistically. But there's your unlockable variant, virginized Rian Gonzalez, and that's going to finish it off for the Boom Studios. Dark Horse Comics, Daisy #1. And that's it from Dark Horse. And then somebody early on said they were Red Daisy, so I'm sure it's probably, if you're into Dark Horse, it's probably a good book. Now, what is crazy is that Dark Horse is basically shopping for buyers. So, what if the comic book community got together and crowdfunded the purchase of Dark Horse to prevent it from falling into a larger publisher's hands? James Bond, #3, cover A, Francavilla. Himeros, cover B by Butch Juice. And then your Francavilla Limited Version, the Juice Limited Version. And then we're on Nyx #2, cover A by Rose Besh. There's your cover B, and pardon me while I cough. Your cover C your cover D, and then your cover E was your 10 copy, your 20 copy, your 25 copy, and your 30 copy incentive Besh black and white, which is really red and white as far as I could tell. And then there's the Besh limited version. So for you Rose Besh fans, yikes. Between Nyx and Sheena, you guys are in trouble. And then, of course, for you McFarlane homage variant cover chasers. Oh, I bet you didn't think you'd see the day when Dynamite said, you know what, we want in on some of that action too. So let's do this. And then they're going to give you Nyx number 2 with a McFarlane homage variant cover. And then you're going to get your cover K, your cover L, your cover M. Your cover N is another McFarlane homage, but this one's probably, I think, an 11 copy incentive. And then your cover O is your 21 copy incentive or something like that, or something like this too. Then we're on to Red Sonja. Cover A by Mirka and Dolfo. And of course, they kept this artwork hidden for whatever reason. Yeah, and Omar, I'm not sure if there's going to be a nude variant. There was either it was a mistake on the previews, or the little black box they drew over Vampirilla hanging out of the hearse on the Adam Hughes variant is going to have some variations to the art. Red Sonja cover B, not too shabby. Cover C by Linsner. Cover D, and cover E is your cosplay. Cover F was your black and white Mirka and Dolfo. Cover F was your, this is G. And here's H. Yeah. So the Durso limited version is actually cover G, my bad. No, Mojo, you're not super late. You're not super late. So Mojo, we had technical difficulties. I still got a missing animal that may be pounding on the office window at any moment trying to get back in the house, and I'm going to have to do that before it goes around to all the other windows and wakes up the family. I plan on staying up late tonight. I worked this afternoon, so you are on time. On time. Indolfo limited version. And then the Anaclepto limited version. And then cover K's limited Linsner. And then, oh, look at this. You guys get another McFarlane homage. Isn't it great? And then cover M. And then cover N is your cosplay version. Oh, look, another McFarlane homage. And then the Castro cover is available as before with trade dress, or here it is virginized. And then cover Q, virgin black and white. Vampiverse, cover A by Muzabakov. Segovia. Sanapo. This thing is sick. Okay. So yeah, that is nightmare fuel. But you know what? This is kind of dream fuel right here, right? Like, if she wasn't a bloodthirsty vampire really going to suck your blood dry and kill you, you know, it wouldn't really be too different than, you know, marriage. Just kidding. Love you, honey. Anyway, yeah, this right here is pretty cool, especially if you're an Alice in Wonderland fan. We got Vampiverse with cover D by Megan Hetrick. Cover E cosplay. Line art. Cosplay virgin. Hetrick black and white. 25 copy incentive. Mozabakov virgin limited. Hetrick limited virgin. Cover L by Main on Vampiverse now. And then we got cover M, which is your Castro. Cover N is your version of that Dream Fuel. And then cover O is another Castro virgin. Cover P is a Segovia virgin. And then cover Q is this wicked one. I honestly think this is pretty cool. Like Space Vampirilla. And you know what? Honestly, it's so awesome to watch me pick through shit and think it's a Phoenix symbol, and it's really a Vampirilla emblem on the variant. I'm like, is it a Phoenix variant? Is it no, it's a Vampirilla variant. We're finally through Dynamite. Half the show, lost a bunch of viewers. IDW Entertainment giving us G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero, number 288, cover A. There's your Williams the second. G.I. Joe Real American Hero 288 cover B. And then the main man, John Royale, doing this Flint cover here. So we're going to be talking about IDW in the news segment, so stick around for that. Star Trek Mirror War for Data. Number 1. I don't know if this is a one-shot or not, but it says number 1. It doesn't say one-shot, which it would sometimes. But there's your cover B. And then here is your cover C. So, pretty wicked stuff. TMNT Best of Shredder, number 1, with another biggie hit. Transformers Wreckers Tread and Circuits, number 3 of 4, cover A. A pretty awesome cover B. And then, yeah, not too shabby cover C. If you don't know who the guy up front is, I've talked about him before. He's a prominent Autobot named Thunderclash. He only re-emerged in the previous IDW volume, but we're going to talk about IDW Transformers a little bit later. Image Comics, A Thing Called Truth, number 2, and this is issue of a 5-issue miniseries. So here's your cover A, here's your cover B, and then for the wraparound, that's your wraparound. Not too shabby. Crossover number 10. Got a lot of covers to go along with this one, though. So here's your cover B. This is your 25 copy incentive, and then here is your 50 copy Burnett Virgin incentive. Frontiersman number 3. The Good Asian number 7, cover A by Dave Johnson, and then cover B. Ink Blot number 14. Yep, that's your book, right, Kitty? Lady Mechanica Monster of Ministry, number 1 of 4. This is your cover A by Joe Benitez. And then here is your cover B. And then you knew they weren't going to leave you hanging without an incentive on this one lately. 10 copy incentive of the sketch art by Joe Benitez for issue number 1. 10 copy incentive. Not terrible, right? Made in Korea, number 6. Nita Hawes Nightmare Blog. Okay. Cover B. And then cover C. That's some crazy looking stuff. Phenom X, number 2 of 5. And you know what I noticed about the Phenom X here? There is no B cover. No C cover, no incentives. Post Americana, number 7 of 7. The Silver Coin, number 7, cover A, and your B. Trover Saves the Universe, issue 5 of 5. So if anybody has read all 5 issues of this series, and if it's any good, worth reading, leave us a comment below. And if you're in the live chat and you have to, let us know what your recommendation is and why you would want me to read it. Two Moons, number 7. And then the cover B. And then we got Walking Dead Deluxe, number 28, cover A. Cover B by Adler. Cover C. And cover D by Tedesco. What's the furthest place from here? Number 2, cover A. Cover B. Cover C is the 15 copy incentive. I think this is hilarious, though. And then here is cover D, which is your 25 copy, your 50 copy, and then the Deluxe 7-inch edition. So how many of you guys saw this Deluxe edition? Did your stores order any for shelves? Did anybody in the store even pre-order it? Were they allocated? Did you get any? Let us know how this one's turning out, because I know some people are trying to put together the whole set. I don't know if that's going to be a feasible thing, because there was supposed to be a second print one for issue 1 with a vinyl, and I made a comment to the writer. I was like, yeah, that's going to be allocated. He's like, no, that's what second prints are for. And then all of a sudden, like, Image came out with a no more second printings. So I'm sorry if I spoiled the game, everybody. DC Comics and Arkham City, The Order of the World, cover A and cover B. So, Azrael? Is that Azrael chasing Solomon Grundy? Man, what is going on? Arkham is going crazy. Batman's apparently leaving Gotham, going to New York. Yeah, that I can imagine too, Nate. But the whole second print thing too, Image like really abruptly came out, remember, and they said, no more second prints. And it was really funny too because they FOC Nocterra second print a second time. And I think then a lot of the orders were canceled and allocated. And I don't even know of anybody who actually ordered on that second one, on that second print, the second time it came around, and if they even got their issues. But Batman 118, so this is the big new direction. So last issue, 117, was Tynion's last issue of the main series. He did that Fear State Omega one shot, which came out I think last week. So there's still some story left for Tynion readers if you're looking for that to finish off the Fear State stuff. But 118 came out this week. Lots of covers, everybody. The Mechanica cardstock variant, not too shabby, but here's one thing that's like Batman 89-ish right there, right? And then we have Batman 118 cover C, your 1 in 25 incentive, which was your Victor Bogdanovic. The Virgin cardstock variant, again being a 25 copy, I think takes away, because I think the Virgin is probably going to be, more popular. People are going to think in the long run that's the higher ratio. But what we all know, of course, is we know better. The 1 in 50 Jock incentive. If you're a Jock fan, you know that one's awesome. And then there's the cover E, which is the cardstock variant, open order. The Bogdanovic cardstock variant. Okay, so it's got the retro trade dress and stuff like that. And here's what killed it. There's a 1 in 100 silver foil of that trade dress. And then there's your 1 in 250 gold foil. Now, the gold foil being a 1 in 250, I got to admit, I mean, people who are into these things, this is probably a pretty sick Batman book. But did DC even think about this with this being a Marvel pose? Like, I'm really genuinely wondering what the hell is going through their head. They're like, yeah, it's cool. Just, send it with a Spider-Man pose. We're cool with that. Try to own it. Batman 89, number 4, cover A by Joe Quinones. And then, of course, Batman 89, number 4, cover B by Babs Tarr. Cardstock variant cover, of course. Look, even if you're not collecting Batman 89, you probably saw this cover on the shelf and it was probably like, whoa. And Babs Tarr, she's got a lot to go. She's got a lot of good books to go off of. So she's got a lot of work out there. Crushing Lobo, number 7, cover A by Joelle Jones. And then the Forbes cardstock variant cover. Dark Knights of Steel, number 2, cover A by Putri. Cover B by Middleton. And then cover C, Putri again delivering an incentive variant. DC Horror presents Soul Plumber, number 3 of 6, cover A. And then here's your cover B by Hotes. Or Hots. Green Lantern. So apparently, Far Sector had to come back and save everybody. And then she had to get Teen Lantern to help her. Because that's apparently what's going on here. So, the wonderful world of Green Lantern apparently is doing big things in that book. Lots of payoff as far as previous plot lines, previously unresolved. So whenever that happens, I'm sure it is amazing. Now, the Joker presents the Puzzle Box number 5, cover A by Chip Zdarsky. Cover B, cardstock variant cover. And then Justice League Infinity number 6 of 7. One Star Squadron number 1. There's your cover B. And apparently Tornado is down about himself. Android problems, Suicide Squad number 10, cover A. Eduardo Pancia, Julio Ferreira, and Marcelo Maiolo. But this one right here, Gerard Perel cardstock variant cover. So, yeah, thanks for coming by, Dave. I appreciate you. Everybody appreciate your mod extraordinaire, Dave Collects. And if you're going to act up, wait until he's back in the live chat so he has the opportunity to ban you, so I don't have to. Appreciate you, Dave. But anyway, Superman, Son of Kal-El 2021 got an annual. And on FOC, I called this the American Beauty variant. And Lex Luthor is Kevin Spacey. Anyway, here is your 2021 annual one-shot cover B. And then Swamp Thing number 10 of 10. Psych. Did you guys see this today? So I gave a shout out to my good friends in our private chats about this one. Swamp Thing was renumbered to issue 16. So for you Swamp Thing fans who were like, oh crap, it's going to be the final issue of the series. Sorry, I'm trying to get rid of the cat. Final issue of a series, but they actually extended the series out to 16 issues, giving you guys even more. And apparently the writer said he had like 24 or 25 issues originally written out, and DC said, nope, you only get 10. If you sell more, we'll give you more. But I didn't foresee this one coming, honestly. I thought they were just going to can it at 10. I thought the Brian Boland variant here was going to be the final issue of this series, but no! You get 5 more or 6 more after this one. World of Krypton number 1, there was your cover A, and then your cover B, and then your cover C. And this is a wild one where apparently Jor-El survives and makes it to Earth, and the world of Krypton comes and basically modifies the planet Earth to a very, very just different kind of future. So it's a future where Superman wasn't born. Now we're on to Marvel. Amazing Fantasy number 5. And then, of course, here is your Kari Andrews variant cover. And then here's your Phil Noto incentive variant for issue 5. So Baby Storm, Black Widow, Crazy Savage Captain Rogers, and then Spider-Man with a sword and shield. Ooh. So I think there's an extra slide in here because I think it's a incentive variant that I forgot to delete. But Amazing Spider-Man number 80 Beyond, and then 80 Beyond the other Doc Ock variant. The Silver Stormbreaker, unfortunately, was from last week. I forgot to delete that slide. This was a, if you're going to look for an Alex Ross A cover, this is probably one of his better ones. Just excellent work here, Mr. Ross, if you happen to be catching this podcast. But Captain America and Iron Man number 1 of a 5-issue miniseries. The B cover was your Gleason Stormbreakers variant. So Patrick Gleason is still knocking it out, literally. Captain America number 1, Captain America Iron Man number 1 of 5, of course. Infinity Saga variant cover. So you got an Infinity Saga variant cover for Cap. Here is, it was supposed to be an Andy Kubert, but that does not look like Andy Kubert to me. It says the Kubert Infinity Saga variant cover. They showed a preview art for this one that was barely like a corner. So I don't know what's going on with that. I think they, but the TC in the corner doesn't look like a Kubert artwork to me. But anyway, here's your Jurgens incentive variant, and then you have your Alex Ross Virgin variant cover. When Marvel came out this week with their high ratio incentives, they came out swinging hard. I think they might have punched a few people out, honestly. But that was one of the reasons why I made some different choices when it came to the presser books of the week this week. But nonetheless, even if you disagree with them, maybe we can talk about some of these high ratios in a little bit, maybe in a variant battle or something. Death of Doctor Strange, Blade, number 1. Doctor Strange Blade. Doctor Strange Blade. This is the variant cover. Demon Days X-Men, the Creator's Cut. Devil's Reign, number 1 of 6. The Bradshaw Connecting variant. So, I wonder how many covers there are going to be, but, yeah. It's good stuff right there. So, again, I'm kind of a hater as far as I was like, they're never going to keep Elektra as Daredevil. That'd be the craziest thing. They wouldn't do that. She's going to, take it up for a couple of issues. I thought maybe a story arc at most, and it's been almost a year. So shout out to them. I think they did it for 11 months in the book, in the main title, and now they got Devil's Reign going. So we'll see where this takes us, and of course we get the Daredevil, the Woman Without Fear, on Final Order cutoff. And this is going to be a 6-issue miniseries. There's a red blank variant. There's your Inyuk Lee variant cover with Daredevil hit Kingpin. Devil's Reign number 1 is John Romita Jr. variant cover. And then the Momoko Virgin Incentive. So if you're able to find that Virgin Incentive, I'm sure that's going to be a chase book for a lot of people. Fantastic Four Life Story, of course, delivering more of that life story flavor. Kind of like a light retcon with some cool things, but the Bianchi variant, hammered. Absolutely nailed it out the park on this one. Good stuff. The attention to detail on Galactus' face, too, which is ridiculous. Giant size Black Cat, the Infinity Score finale. Young Lee. Yeah, that's amazing right there, too, right? And then, of course, here's the Lucky variant. And then the Unlucky variant. Now, all of them before this one were open order. So your store should have some of those on the shelf. This was your 1 in 25, and this was your 1 in 100 incentive variant cover. So sold out at a lot of online retailers. And if we were to do a book of the week based solely on the ratios, it would be this. 2 Hellions books with Batman really trying to fight the two of them. Speaking of Hellions books, Hellions number 18, of course, this final issue of this series. Man, if you have read Hellions, this is probably... Hellions and Marauders are probably the 2 undersung books, I want to say. This is a good read. All 18 issues. Read them. You'll enjoy it. And then, of course, the Madeline Pryor Peach Momoko variant cover, the Philip Tan variant showing Havoc and Madeline Pryor. And then, of course, the Kal Nu variant cover. That was your 25 copy. This was your 50 copy. This was your 1 in 200. And then this was your 1 in 500 Inyuk Lee Virgin variant cover. Inferno number 3 of 4. There's the Jeff DeCall variant cover. And then here is your Peach Momoko Stormbreaker variant cover. Inferno number 3 of 4. There's your Peach Momoko variant. And then the Vega variant cover. Russell Dodderman's Timeless, or the many designs of Emma. All these Dodderman variants, as you know, some of them are an Ultra Chase. Do you know what an Ultra Chase is? It's when you go after all the action figure variants for Star Wars. That's an Ultra Chase. Inferno number 3 also had this Common Coley 1 in 50 incentive variant for Nimrod. Not a lot of people were really caring too much about it. They only gave a crap about this. I wonder why. Very big key story to Emma as well. So, Inferno number 3, Common Coley variant. Marvel's Voices number 1 for the Community line. So here we go. Here's another Miles Morales variant cover. Or I'm sorry, that's an A cover. The Bustos variant cover, of course. It's got Dante, a.k.a. Inferno from the Inhumans right there. Pretty cool character. Haven't seen a lot of him lately. I don't know who the character is in the background now. Marvel's Voices Community number 1. The America Chavez variant, the Manahini. Ramos. And then the Wolf variant. Zitro variant. And then we're on to Star Wars number 19. There's your War of the Bounty Hunters tie-in with that yellow lightsaber Luke. Your action figure variant of Lamont. Lucasfilm 50th anniversary variant. You know what? It's a darn shame more of these Lucasfilm variants don't have anything to do with the book. Star Wars Crimson Reign number 1. Star Wars Crimson Reign number 1 connecting variant cover. The Raza. The Warriors Dawn variant cover. The Crane Enemies Dawn variant. Oh, the Syndicate variant is incorrect. My apologies there. The Sabak card variant, of course. And then the 1 in 50 incentive variant here. Showing a lot of the pissed off people. And then, of course, here we go, everybody. X-Men Legends number 9 with the Hulk 340 homage. And then the Kari Andrews variant cover, which, again, sleeper hit. And if you didn't see this one coming, well, maybe you should watch some FOC shows that I might appear on. I might have told you guys about it. Maybe not. If you don't, well, it's okay. I got the speculation matrix for y'all to fall into. And what does that mean? We got the Raw Report update, everybody. So let's get into this. Spoilers ahead, of course, because we're going to be talking about some things. Well, Hulk small. And if you don't know what I mean by that, did anybody watch Shang-Chi? It's been long enough. Shang-Chi is now on Disney+. So I don't think I'm spoiling it for anybody else, unless you really honestly have not seen it yet. So look, I haven't watched Eternals yet, but Eternals won't be on Disney Plus until January 22nd. So we got way too long to wait for that one. So keeping track of everything that's going on should help you understand what exactly these guys are talking about here. She-Hulk's new MCU origin risks retconning Hulk's Endgame story. Maybe. If you caught the end of Shang-Chi, you saw that Banner's back. He appeared on hologram as Banner in the cast. So we know that movie takes place after Endgame. Think about it, everybody. Think about it. Say no to fast formers, but say hello to image formers. So, with everything going on over at IDW, there is speculation by some people in some Transformers groups that I dwell in. And I should have blanked out his name. I'm sorry, but thank you, Andrew Vance. I want to give you credit for the link. That Comics in Crisis, Transformers and G.I. Joe going to Image Comics has a rumor circling the internet. As you guys know, besides Dark Horse, IDW is experiencing fallout. They're losing licenses. There's a lot of speculation on who's going to be getting the Transformers and G.I. Joe licensing going forward. What they really need is a hardcore G.I. Joe person to head up the G.I. Joe books and a very hardcore Transformers person to head up the Transformers books. This would help both titles extremely, regardless of what publisher they land with. If you are going to start back over, you need to have somebody who cares about universe building if they ever want to get their shared universe off the ground. But I think the shared universe stuff is probably dead now, because all the licenses are probably going to go back to different areas and it's probably going to be broken up. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think of that. That's some big stuff if you ask me. Now, Destiny joins the team is the spec that I'm running with, is the headline, because everybody... Did you see this? The Destiny of X? No? You didn't see this? Okay. Well, I don't know what's going on here, but there's some things in this poster that have me going WTF. So, okay, so we obviously look at Madeline Pryor, left corner. And then, yeah, so we got a lot of people, including Destiny, still around. I think Destiny joins the X-Men, and there's Deadpool. So very interesting things all around going on in this picture, and you can sit here and analyze it forever. But again, Destiny joining the X-Men, I think, is what we're going to see. The moves like lightning, because wow, they've already confirmed a Shang-Chi sequel. And yes, they have. New Disney Plus series is also in the works, according to reports from comicbook.com and multiple other outlets. What we've also discovered here at the presser is that the Disney Plus series is going to be very comedy based, but it's like, at this point, if you didn't expect Thor Ragnarok level humor in MCU storytelling, I don't know what to tell you, because it's exactly what they're trying to do. Light-hearted comedy, but very entertaining, intertwined together in a very long time frame, keeping you glued to your seat, kind of like this show right here. And Ultra Maximus, of course, will be back next week with more news, and I want to thank you all for staying put. But if you wanted me to talk about something maybe not so mainstream, maybe some cool news that you think other people should know about too, remember, I'll give you credit for tags. Tag me on Twitter, @UltraMaximusX. And you can, of course, do the same thing on Instagram and Facebook at ULTRA MAXIMUS. Leave me a comment below, everybody. Let me know what you think of the stories tonight. And let me clear my throat. Raw Report read pile. So there's going to be some spoilerific things in here. I'm going to talk about some things inside the books, but you know what? I'm doing an abbreviated version. I'm not breaking down a bunch of pages. But Nanny and Orphan Maker meet their fate in this book. The final issue of this series also has two different Hellions getting their love lives somewhat resolved, at least by the end of this page, the pages of this book. And then one of them also, let's just say every single one of these people on this cover go through some serious stuff. Yeah, Nolan Nerd, it's not active. I thought it was active, but apparently I got to finish that whole pin number process, even though my monetization, it says it's still on. So it's stacking money for my commercials. I tell you what, instead of the super chat, if you guys can watch some commercials and share the big Spec Matrix videos, like the Gwenom one, which should be a pretty popular one right about now. And then, of course, the platinum list of hip-hop variants, and then the second print legacy homage variant covers. I appreciate all that. Appreciate you, Nolan Nerd, for just trying to help out the channel, my man. So, the Hellions book, if you are a fan of the Hellions series, you know exactly what went down. And, of course, the 1 in 500 incentive is Marvel trying to give you hints. This was wicked. As I said earlier, Bleeding Cool kind of called it. In this timeline, Nimrod always loses. The X-Men always win. So I'm wondering what we're going to actually see here and what Hickman's next play is to close out this series, because Inferno is going to be, I think, his finale for now. He's still kind of like orchestrating things and organizing things, but he's not going to be writing per se. So, if you read Inferno, you know exactly why I'm feeling the heat from that. And while this is a really, really cool Hulk 340 homage, it doesn't say after McFarlane anywhere, which is crazy. Because, you would expect that to come, but nope, didn't happen. And then, of course, the variant cover was way more fuego, but the guts on the inside of that book. Birdie was, again, if you guys remember the Sabretooth miniseries, that was Sabretooth's partner. He kills her. He stabs her. So there's a lot of rumors about why we're seeing some of these tie-in stories and stuff like that, and how they're connecting the dots on some things and tying up some loose ends so that they can tell other stories. So be on the lookout for some of that coming down the pipeline. That may be seeing the resurrection of Birdie coming into a series, but also the resurrection of Sabretooth coming out of the pit. And then, of course, this one here, the Crimson Reign. Seeing what's going on inside this book is going to be one of those situations where they've been setting up plot points in other books besides, your basic Star Wars. So just be on the lookout for, there's going to be a lot of payoff, but it may also result in a lot of dead spec when characters get offed. So just, be careful out there, and there's some cool storytelling going on in this book. And also, I see a lot of people talking about there's a bunch of first appearances in here, but the characters have all appeared in other places before, and now they're trying to quantify everything as a cameo. I talked about this amongst my friends, and I said my piece about that. I think they're all splitting hairs when it comes to that, so tread lightly. It's a high cover price, though, so that's why the 1 in 50, I think, is doing what it's doing. But nonetheless, still a good read. And then, of course, this paid off. Now we're going to get to see another story, but it's not going to be in Black Cat, I don't think. But Star basically is going to make Felicia show her where the other Infinity Gems, a.k.a. people, are. Keep track of those people, everybody. We've talked about them before on the presser. All the people who've shown up who display Infinity properties are big. All right, everybody, let's talk about this Raw Report versus. And, of course, this week, I took out all the stops and said, you know what, let's throw it up. Throw up the guns. And I know it's kind of not a fair battle because one's a 1 in 500 and the other is a 1 in 250. But if you had your choice, which would it be? Batman or Jean Grey clone? You guys know where I'm at. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Well, of course, you guys know I'm with the Hellions on this one just because I'm not really into the Batman stuff. The Batman thing may be a better seller, but I think some of us fanboys are probably going to go after the Inyuk Lee here. But Tylox, you know what? I can't fault you for wanting the Batman because the gold foil. Stores ordering 250 copies. Well, I don't think there was any team variants here, but if there was a team exclusive, that would have changed the game for sure, but I don't think there was. So, yeah, and again, it looks like it's a pretty split decision, but for those of you watching on the rewind, leave a comment below. I don't know what DC's doing, Omar, but you know what? Here we go again. More DC versus Marvel. But this time I took it a little bit easier. I dialed it back a little bit, back to a 125 incentive. So, Star Wars High Republic number 12 with a 125 incentive with massive use of force. Get it? Massive use of force. And then, of course, Rian Gonzalez, as you guys know, a Spec Matrix favorite of mine, drawing Batgirls for Batgirls 1 in 25. And there's a 1 in 50 incentive for that one. There's no 1 in 50 or higher incentive for the Star Wars High Republic. But leave me a comment below. Let me know which one you think would win the variant battle of that. And let's go, everybody, because we're just getting warmed up here at the presser. And as you guys know, you are inside the Ultra Maximus speculation matrix, which is basically getting inside my head. So, as I run out of coffee and I continue to talk, we're going to talk about the heat of the week. So the heat this week that I saw and the books that I think you should take note of course, Lara, 10 copy, 20 copy, and 30 copy incentives. I know that this is Gulliam's first published work, reprinted in English for, I believe, the first time. So, pretty important stuff if you're a fan of the artist. The Mother Goose, now, even though it's magazine size, I got to give it up for it. And then, of course, Greta Lusky doing a really good Archie cover. Crimson Cage number 1 for all you wrestling fans looking to mix it up with some horror. Well, AWA is definitely the right place for that. And it might be campy, might be cheesy, but it also Yeah, it might be pretty cool later on down the road. And Mike Diodato Jr. proving that Liefeld body is definitely a real thing. And then, of course, Knighted number 2. There was your cover A. And then, of course, Terra, Witch of the Black Rose, Deluxe Edition. Bloom. 5-copy incentive. And then Lunar Room. So, Vault, as you guys know, Vault is returnable. So this is the reason why if there is ever a book that sells out, goes later printing at Vault, that's a good thing. And then the incentives themselves are also a pretty good thing. So just keep an eye on these Lunar Room incentive variant covers, including this 50 copy and this 1 in 100. Good night to you too, Batmite. Thanks for sticking through most of the show. Hope that you can catch the rest on the rewind. And Lunar Wolf, of course, that, like I said, the 1 in 100 foil variant cover, if it takes off, that's going to be a pretty good one. Because look at Rush. Rush went second print. If it goes third print or fourth print or fifth print, kind of like Barbaric, incentives were a good investment. Myths and Legends Quarterly Prophecy number, sorry, it's just a cover C, not a number. Basilisk number 5, cover C, the 25 copy incentive by Albuquerque, and of course Christian Ward 50 copy incentive. Buckhead number 1 of 5, cover B, 10 copy incentive, video game homage variant cover, and congratulations to you again, Tylox. Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer got a 10 copy, a 25 copy, a 50 copy, a 100 copy, and if you find any of those on the shelves at your LCS for cover price, buy it. I mean, it's got to be a good flip, especially being the fact that I don't think anybody's ordering this book, but there may be that crazy shop that you guys have in your local area that does. And then, of course, there's this 1 per store unlockable variant. If you see this one, most of the problems with these virgins are the virgin covers that nobody knows what the book actually is. Magic the Gathering Elizabeth Torque variant. Mighty Morphin cover G's 10 copy FOC variant, of course, and the unlockable Gonzalez are my 2 favorites from that. G.I. Joe's Royale 10 copy incentive. Star Trek Mirror War Data number 1 got a cover C 15 copy incentive, and then of course, like I said, the biggie. Transformers Wreckers Tread and Circuits number 3's 10 copy incentive, and then A Thing Called Truth number 2. Cover C. Crossover number 10, cover C. 50 copy, and that's going to do it for those 2 crossovers. But then we got Lady Mechanica. I just said all 3, just because this is a cult book. And sometimes, I don't know if it was, people were aware that it's coming back. And then all of a sudden people are like, wait a minute, there's a new Lady Mechanica. And they look for it on the shelf and they don't see it because your store didn't order it. Because people are keeping it close to the chest. Walking Dead Deluxe by Tedesco, of course. And then, of course, what's the furthest place from here? Well, it seems to be a pretty popular book. I haven't personally read it. But if you can find any of these last 2, the 50 copy or the 7-inch Deluxe, wow. And then Batman 118. I picked every cover just because if this does turn into a really good run of Batman, this is where the writer started. And then, of course, if you can find any of these covers for a decent price, probably not a bad flip at this point. Probably pretty uncommon in some of the far out places. Then, of course, Batman 89's Babs Tar variant. And then the Crushing Lobo Joel Jones cover and the Forbes variant. Dark Knight Steel number 2. Yeah, and I liked all of them. Shout out to Mel V, who told me there is possibly a first appearance in there. I haven't read it myself to confirm, so I can't really say, but shout out to, I'm sure it's probably in there. I'm just not sure if they appeared somewhere before then, so just make sure you tread lightly. Until I can verify or Mel verifies on Drunken Chat on Friday/Saturday. DC Horror presents Soul Plumber number 3. Green Lantern number 9, cover A by Bernard Chang. Green Lantern number 9, cover B by Alan Qua. Justice League Infinity. And again, our Far Sector Green Lantern has proven to be more popular than even Guy Gardner. Cover A by Mike Perkins from Swamp Thing. And then the Bolin cover, which again was supposed to be the final issue, but not anymore. World of Krypton, B and C covers, I like those. Noto on the Amazing Fantasy. And then again, these Infinity Saga variant covers, I thought they caught a lot of people off guard. And that's not the Jurgens incentive, that's the Alex Ross incentive, I'm sorry. Death of Doctor Strange, the variant cover, of course, looking pretty cool. And then Demon Days X-Men, the Creator's Cut, number 1. Devil's Reign, number 1, Bradshaw's connecting variant. And then the Young variant, the Red variant, the Enyuk Lee variant, the Ramita variant, and the Momoko variant. Oh, Young Lee's variant, the Lucky, the Unlucky, and then the other Virgin. All covers of Hellions. Even the Unobtainium. See, the problem with these is the 1 in 200 and the 1 in 500 are going to be Unobtainium for 3 months, and then they're going to show up in a Walmart pack. Inferno number 3, the Daughterman variant. The Common Coley 1 in 50 also of Nimrod. Not too shabby. You guys know I chase these, so I'm putting it on there. This right here was limit 1 per at a lot of stores. The 1 in 50, okay, I guess so. We'll see what happens. And then the Kari Andrews variant cover, which again this is probably the better sleeper of the week. So that's going to wrap it up for the Heat this week, everybody. Let me know what you think about that Heat list, and if I got it right. And you know what? If you tuned in to the Secret variant, you probably know I talk about a lot of these books weeks before they come out, making sure that you guys have the ability to order them. I overpaid for a book that I didn't pre-order. I hate when that happens. But anyway, don't forget to subscribe, and I'm giving away that Ultrabox, and that's how you're going to be entered into that contest, as well as get notification of how to enter. But it is a subscriber-only option. And then don't forget to tune in to Mighty Mel V. This Saturday morning, 12:30 a.m., or Friday night at 9:30 p.m., kind of on the same time slot that I went live on today. But you know, goes. And then our feature channel section has a bunch of wonderful people that you guys need to subscribe to and watch their content. And if there's somebody that I need to add in there, leave me a comment in my comment section. When's the last time I got it wrong, Mojo? Oh, you know, I get it wrong every now and then, right? I mean, I'm only human. But I appreciate you guys holding me to high standards. And I try to just be honest. And being honest helps me be right more than a lot of people who got a fake defunk. But nonetheless, the Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser will be right back here next Wednesday. So make sure you are subscribed to this channel to catch the next episode. And click that notification bell for notifications for when I go live. Because I also be dropping this crazy thing called a Raw Report. And on the Raw Report, you say, Ultra, what you be dropping? Well, how about new pickups and mail drops? Does that count? You can honestly get inside my spec head a little bit better on my pickup vids than you can on some of the other stuff. And I've got a birthday present care package coming in because I got a birthday coming up in a couple of weeks, right before Christmas. It's a living, but it is what it is. But nonetheless, second printing homage variant cover. I talked about this video earlier. Please share the crap out of it because, of course, if you guys make this one go viral, that's a year's salary if it goes crazy viral. And then, of course, the Hip Hop variant platinum list is also one of those videos that I am shocked at how low the views are. Unless every one of you guys have seen it and are educated on those books, and that's the reason why nobody else can find them, which would make sense. Would make total sense. And then, of course, coming Sunday-ish, unless I go live earlier, which is one of the reasons why you need to subscribe and hit that notification bell, is the Secret Variant show that I do for FOC. But since it's not Sunday, and we want to talk about the books after they've been cut off to not bring any hype to them, let's talk about it, everybody. This is the Ghost of Monday, the FOC review. So let's go on through some books that I think you should be paying attention to. So the first one up is Fourth Man #1 from Artist, Writers, and Artisans, which gives us a Diodato 8 cover. Raza stealing the Waffle House / Huddle House font for a wicked B cover. Godkiller Spider-Man number 2, cover A. And then cover B was your 15 copy incentive alone is one of the reasons why you should be ordering it. Cover C is your 30 copy. They still haven't shown you the art. Impossible Jones number 3, and with them hands have to hurt, but that seems like a good popular book. Good Boy number 2, cover A by Bradshaw. Good Boy number 2, cover B by Francavilla. Buckhead number 2 got a cover D, FOC reveal, 25 copy incentive. So pretty cool looking cover there. Is the book already being on FOC under-ordered? That's a good question, right? Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer number 2 got a 10 copy, a 25 copy, a 50 copy, and a cover F unlockable that all look like fire. And that unlockable right there, got some Willow fans, I'm sure, that are going to go crazy for that. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, of course, issue 33, got a 10 copy incentive by Franny. 25 copy incentive by Greta Lusky. I'm sure that one's going to do well. Dune, Whisper of Caledon Seas, cover D, which is your 25 copy incentive by Elizabeth Torque, and she absolutely delivers. Everything from, background to character, posability. And, again, in my humble opinion, I think Elizabeth Torque draws eyes better than 90% of the artists out there. Firefly 35, 25 copy incentive from Yoon. And then, as I spoke of earlier, the guy with the huge axe from the previous Magic the Gathering cover. Well, here is your cover C Hidden Spark variant cover for issue number 10. This is crazy. Crazy. Let me see here. Oh, no, I've been watching Top Chat, not live. Uh-oh. Close that poll. Anyway, so yeah, this Hidden Spark variant cover is, of course, one of the better looking ones, giving us the ability to see some of this crazy artwork from Inyuk Lee. Once in Future 23, 25 copy incentive. Power Rangers 14, 10 copy, 15 copy. Unlockable. Evil Ernie. But this one's the Virgin. And of course, no, I didn't read Devil's Reign just yet. I'll be catching up on the read stuff. The only things I read were in the read pile tonight, my friend. And it was a quick read on all of them. But Evil Ernie got a cover G FOC TMNT homage. But he's not the only one. And he's giving everybody the finger. Thanks, Ernie. So Jennifer Blood also gets that wonderful TMNT number 2 homage. Oh, but wait, they're going to give Pantha a number 1 TMNT homage. And then they're going to give her a McFarlane homage as well. Just showing off. It's bad, I know. Red Sonja going to get that TMNT number 2 homage. Transformers Best of Optimus Prime with the Big E cover. And I don't know if you guys caught the secret variant. If you didn't catch the secret variant, inside here is part 2 of my favorite Transformers stories from IDW. Transformers number 23. Part 2 of Chaos Theory. 22 is an amazing book. But not everybody's read it. And then, of course, A Thing Called Truth number 3 is your wraparound. Department of Truth 15, cover B. And then Nocterra Special cover A by Daniel, and cover B by Callan. There's your Blackout variant. Spawn 325 cover A. And then this one just, kind of snuck up on some people too. I remember the Cybernetic Gorilla from a previous Spawn book. And I think that one is blowing up because of this cover. Jen Bartel given the heat with Arkham City, The Order of the World, number 4. And that's the B cover. Are you guys ready for more Rion Gonzalez. Batman 119. Supposedly he's a new character. Name's Abyss. Shout out to Lucas. 119's also got a cover C by Dan Hipp. And then a 1 in 50 by Jock. Bat Dog, everybody. Black Manta number 5 got this cover B by Sanford Green, and you know what? Just another one. He's knocked it out, even though I'd like to see more background on it, but it's good. Dark Knights of Steel, and if what Mel was telling me is true about issue 2, issue 3 may have some good story to it, but it's a 12-issue miniseries, so it's finite. It's an Elseworlds title. So as long as you get that through your head, you know, you understand that that might kill a little bit of the spec. We'll see what happens. But Dark Knights of Steel number 3 got a cover A by Yasmin Putri, then the Middleton cardstock variant, and then your character sheet cardstock variant. DC presents Soul Plumber number 4. And your cover B. Cover B is wild. Alien eating the world. Green Lantern number 10, cover A by Bernard Chang. Green Lantern cover B by Alan Qua. And that cardstock variant is Fuego 2. Look at that. The 2 lanterns versus all the yellow lanterns. Harley Quinn, the animated series, the Eat, Bang, Kill tour, number 5 of 6. And of course, you can read this one right now if you wanted to digitally. Joker's cover B for issue 11. Teen Titans United, of course, continuing on with their, what do they call it? The background with the Hawk and Dove name on it. So, yeah, you know, it's good stuff. This, however, is this another one of those books that's not going to have the After Bagley thing on it? Because this looks exactly like ASM 362. But Amazing Spider-Man number 86, Macomb Classic homage variant. It's supposed to look like it's supposed to be a homage. And then this one right here, this Mercado incentive. So remember that Ben Reilly, people will confuse this one and not know in the future years that this is a Ben Reilly book. And that's not Mary Jane. I bet you. Savage Avengers number 28, no Hotes variant here. Good finale, by the way. She-Hulk number 1. Of course, with She-Hulk number 1 coming out, right before her series drops, they're trying to maximize that, so they got a lot of variant covers to go along with. The Hughes variant. Stormbreaker's variant for the 10 Deaths of Wolverine, however, is just amazing. And this one's not too shabby either. And the Perel variant. Also pretty fire. But this, I believe, is your base, your 125 incentive. I think this is your 1 in 50. Or it's the other way around. The other one's a 1 in 10. But that's going to wrap it up for the presser this evening, everybody. I want to thank you all for the interactive chats. I want to thank you all for bearing with me while I had a late start this evening due to technical difficulties and lost animals and one very late dog food run. But all is well. Again, vehicle has been updated, 3 years newer, same model. So it's looking up finally after lots and lots of just tremendous amounts of crap going on in my life. But I'm sure everybody else out there has got stuff going on too. And that's why I really want to thank you guys for tuning into my content. Knowing that I am a husband, a father, and a comic book nerd just like the rest of you. But you guys love me for my content, and thanks for spreading the word and sharing the videos, and I will see you all soon. I just don't know when. I'm hoping I don't have to miss Drunken Chat on Friday, so tune in to that. If all else fails, even if I'm not there, you're still chilling with the boys, and I'll try to be in live chat and such. But don't forget to come back here to this channel this weekend. Make sure you got the notification bell clicked, so when I go live for the secret variant, you're not missing your FOC. Thanks again for tuning in, everybody. Ultra Maximus out.